We're in $1 billion deficit. You spent half of that on illegals. Trump, make an example out this right here first. We'll spend our tax dollars to protect these illegals. I think not. Flip Chicago.
With immigration and public spending remaining major topics of debate, many Chicago residents would likely have strong opinions about the city's budget priorities. In today's video, we're looking at some of the most talked about immigration and IC clips.
And giving to them people that they don't know who they are. I asked them, is there any type of vetting process for them to come over here from Texas to Chicago? They told me no. When I said this to Alderman Vasquez, he lied to my face, and he told me that they are being vetted. When I asked them, they said they're not being vetted. They said no names have been taken, they just got put on a bus and shipped over here. That's why there's gangs over here now. This is why there's gangs roaming the streets. I asked them, is there any type of regulation? Is there any type of police oversight or curfew? They told me no. This is why they're able to do whatever they want to do, break into stores, vandalize, break into cars, run people over with cars that they steal from people, children. These people come from countries that traffic in drugs and children that our government is subsidizing, while they're telling us that we need to be sympathetic to them. They're putting them in our community, the black communities. We have to take the blunt of all of this illegal immigration, and we're getting told that we're the bad guys if we have any complaint for it. For years, the government has said that they were going to do something to the south side and the west side, and every single time they say, well, you know, it's not in the budget right now, we need more votes, it's a process, it's this, it's that. Yet illegal immigrants come over and millions of dollars out of apparently nowhere gets to go to them. Criminal or non-criminal, it doesn't matter, they still get to go to them. Adults my age, these are not old men and old ladies with little babies, not most of them, no. These are adults my age that our government neglects the citizens of, the veterans sleeping on the streets, and they're giving to them. These people are preying on the elderly in our community. We've seen that time and time again. All of that's been documented. They're preying on the children, not just in Chicago, in New York, in Colorado. The government has neglected us, and we have the list of everybody who has approved of it, everybody who has voted for it, everybody who lies to our face. We're tracking everything in your...
I think the speaker brings up a few thought-provoking points. Seeing veterans experiencing homelessness can lead many people to question how public resources are prioritized. He also argues that major government spending should be subject to greater transparency and oversight, especially when significant amounts of taxpayer money are involved.
Shame! Oh, shame! Now we got these protesters going after
the lunatic liberals.
I'm sorry, you're calling these people lunatic liberals now?
Yeah, the lunatic liberals here. I mean, look at these people. They don't even know what they're arguing for. It's really a shame. Most people aren't educated. Most people don't know how law enforcement functions work in this country. If half these people knew what, our laws are of this country and how law enforcement acts and how they're going about this, they wouldn't be this mad. I think it's an education problem,
Do you think this is a left and right issue, or do you think it's just a law and order issue?
I think it's a law and order issue. I think people don't respect the laws of this country, and this is the outcome of that on a daily basis. Yeah.
Ugly as too.
See, my point proven. Uneducated, they're just angry. It's pure emotion, zero logic from here. They don't know what they're arguing about. They have no idea.
And what are you guys arguing about with the police officers right now?
Bro, if the cops weren't here, I would beat your ass right now.
Really?
That's a crime. If I was you'd be arrested, but...
No matter where you stand on the issue, the protest appeared highly charged and far from calm. Responding to someone's views with threats or intimidation is never an appropriate way to handle disagreement. From what was shown, the situation seemed to be fueled more by heightened emotions than by respectful dialogue.
So here's the real shit. I am leaving this country, the United States, in 213 days. My son and I are moving there, and I am spending day after day researching schools, where to live, how to afford this, visas, taxes, everything. And I'm angry. I'm angry because I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to leave this place. I shouldn't have to walk away from everything I know. But my son got death threats in school recently, and we know what that can escalate to, and of course the schools aren't handling it the way they should. Between looking for jobs for, month after month after month, with everything that's going on, with what they're doing to immigrants, with what we are doing to other countries, I can't be here anymore. I can't breathe here. I am sitting here though worried because I've got 2 other kids who are in college here, and they're not ready to leave. And I want to make sure that I've got a place where they can make a soft landing if they need to get out. I am dealing with all of this, and none of us should have to. And I know that there are people that can't leave, and I'm sorry. I am. That doesn't mean you get angry at those who can. I also empathize with the countries that are being inundated with immigrants. I am sorry. But I grew up in an immigrant-heavy city. I loved it. I loved the diversity and everything. I'm not trying to ask anyone to assimilate to me. Okay, I am moving and I expect to fully have to assimilate into that culture as much as I possibly can. But for 1 second, understand why people are leaving. This isn't just like a gimmicky thing. I'm not just leaving because ooh, Spain's cool. I mean, it is, and it's beautiful. But that's not it. We're literally escaping fascism. And you're not here, and I know you're not privy to everything that people are going through here. And we can talk about that on other videos, but I am just telling you, this is becoming an absolutely inhospitable place for people. And it's time to go. But oh my gosh, I shouldn't have to. And this is so freaking hard. And I haven't even really started yet. I guess I have, but I haven't. I don't know. Anyway, I'm rambling, but you want real?
It appears her decision to leave is influenced by a mix of economic concerns and the current situation in the United States. In the end, if she believes relocating to another country will offer a better future for herself and her children, that's a personal choice she has every right to make.
Talking about ICE agents coming into their communities and you don't know their identities. Well, you know who we really don't know the identities of? Any of the illegal aliens who've been invading our country for the past 60 years.
Wow.
Yeah, how about when you see the farm worker? Is that going to be like the same farm worker that murdered Molly Tibbetts?
That's a true story.
Yeah, how do you know when the Honduran fruit seller is out there? How do you know he didn't? One of the many women who came up here, according to the Univision study done in 2015, 80% of women who come to this country are trafficked and think about that. How do we know they're not one of those? How do we know they're not one of those? And Americans are sick and tired of it. We're sick and tired of it in our country. So let me say this too. We want it. They say you want to know the identities of these ICE agents. We don't know any of the identities of these murderers coming into our country. Let me also say this too. This same city council in Costa Mesa, if you vote to make these people take their masks off, this was the same city that was arresting people for refusing to wear masks.
As we've seen, many people are curious about the identities of these agents, but it's not always clear what practical purpose that would serve. As the speaker also points out, there are many individuals working in sensitive roles whose identities are not publicly disclosed.
Question, why do ICE agents have guns? Why would they ever need a gun?
It seems fairly straightforward to me. Like many law enforcement personnel, these agents may occasionally need to protect themselves while
From him?
You need to stop right there.
You need to stop kidnapping people off the fucking street. You just dragged him away when I tried to call his family for him.
Whose ex-wife is this? I want to call his family. Do you speak Spanish, Becky?
Stop! You guys are kidnapping people off the fucking street!
They're not kidnapping anyone. They're literally taking them back home where they belong because they're here illegally. And if you care that much, you should go with them. Maybe you can learn how to cook some chorizo or some tortillas from scratch.
Get out of our fucking city!
That's what they're literally doing. They're taking illegals out of your city. You should just Leave it to the professionals. Shut up.
From this perspective, the agents appear to be carrying out the responsibilities assigned to them despite facing significant public scrutiny. Based on what is shown, it also appears that the woman is attempting to interfere with their efforts, which may complicate the situation further.
You all sit up there and said you will not allow Trump to come in here and get these illegals. Yeah, you can smile. We're in a $1 billion deficit. And you spent half of our money, half of that on illegals. You campaigned and doubled down that you would not raise property taxes.
I won't raise your property taxes.
You wanted to raise our taxes $300 million. They shut it down. Now we back here for $150 million. Okay. See, this is what we asking now. Since you want to crash out, some of y'all say y'all willing to go to jail for it. Trump, Tom Homan, make an example out this right here first. Please come here first. Spend our tax dollars to go. Michael Rodriguez, you said to take Trump to court to protect these illegals. That's cool because we about to make all of y'all aldermen famous. Y'all think this is how it's gonna ride? I think not. Flip Chicago red. We not playing.
This was gonna happen to you. You got Cash Patel and Pam Bundy that you're gonna have to deal with sooner than later. Then it's going to be an audit. Next, it's going to be an investigation. Then it's going to be an indictment. Conviction. That's what's going to happen to you.
Mr. Brandon Johnson, I'm up here. I am speaking right now, so I would love your undivided attention, please. I'll wait. So this just proves to you the lack of leadership that you show in this city. You can't even give me straight eye contact. Now, I'm gonna let you know now, the people of Chicago, we're done with you. It is insane how we have been voting Democrat for over 60 plus years and we've never seen a change from people like you, Lori Lightfoot, Rob Emanuel. It is insane. Chicago was 37% red. In 2020, it was only 15%. So we're waking up. So you can pretend that this isn't happening, but I know for a fact that you will not have that seat the next election.
You so strong about protecting those aliens, but you won't do nothing for the U.S. citizens.
I got a great way how we can what we can do with this budget. First, let's start with cutting off illegals, getting free everything. Free housing, free schooling, free food. Yeah, let's start with that. That'll save us a lot of money. What, $600 million? Let's start there. Then let's start with your salary. You are going down in history as the worst mayor in America. Let's start with cutting yours. You making too much money. Let's start there. You Democrats, and you remember you told us to defund the police. Remember, you ran on that. Remember, you was the defund the police. Let's start with that. Let's defund the police detail that you have. And let's put the police back in our neighborhood because we're not for defunding the police. Won't you just practice what you preach? Remove all the details. We saw you coming in today. You had all the police presence. So let's take some.
The mayor appears to pause and take in the criticism, offering little immediate response. Judging by the reactions shown, many Chicago residents seem deeply frustrated, particularly those who believe the city's resources should place a greater emphasis on addressing the needs of local communities.
I love the suburb I'm in. So ICE was just in my suburb at our local grocery store while I was there, and they were grabbing somebody. Nobody in the grocery store stopped them from doing their job. Everybody was clapping and excited about ICE being there. People were hooting and hollering, chanting for ICE. You gotta love small towns in Minnesota, honestly. We are so stoked. And honestly, you know what I did after the ICE agents got done with their job and what they were doing? I said, can I buy you all, like something to drink and something to eat? And I did. And I sure did, because you know what? I'm excited that ICE is in Minnesota. Really excited. I'm not going to tell you the suburb I'm in, but it's close to Stillwater. We'll just leave it at that. Best thing I've seen today is watching an ICE agent arrest somebody and send them back to where they came from. Love it. Super happy about it. Love the suburb I live in because there was no protesting. Nobody stopped them. Nobody did because no one gives a shit.
The size and intensity of protests can vary widely depending on the location and the circumstances. At the same time, the officials involved are generally carrying out the responsibilities assigned to them. From that perspective, some people believe that while protests can express public opinion, they may not immediately change how existing policies are enforced.
And I'm from Buckingham Township, and I honestly don't know what country I'm living in anymore. You made this statement, of course, you've heard it so many times tonight. People violate the laws anytime they want. And you said it so cavalierly, so arrogantly. Of course, Mr. Harvey voted with you. Can you look at me, please? You disrespected the other voters. Thank you. A little bit of respect. You know, I agree. You don't get punished anymore. That's where the country is because of the losing liberal left policies. One state steal less than $900. It's okay. I go to Home Depot the other day to buy a tool. It's locked up. I asked the guy why. Oh, they come in shopping carts, they load it up, and we can't stop them. We're not allowed to do anything. They're the garbage policies you people endorse, okay? Oh, but you know what? If you're a conservative Christian grandmother and pray outside an abortion clinic, you get 10 years under the FACE Act.
That's a fact. Yeah.
That's really fair, isn't it? There's no more men and women's sports. There's no more men and women's locker rooms. Can you imagine your junior high daughter, self-conscious about her body, and she has to change or take a shower next to a naked man? Yeah. These are the sick policies you people endorse. There's not going to be any more rapists and murderers coming over the border. And I just got word that the killer rapist, illegal immigrant, just got sentenced for killing Laken Riley. See, that's something you should cheer for, guys, not just look at me. And by the way, please stay with these policies because 80% of Americans don't want them, never did, but you guys are too dense.
Many people have visited stores where certain products are kept behind locked displays, requiring an employee to unlock them before purchase. While it can be frustrating, retailers often use this approach to help reduce theft and protect high-value merchandise. Stay tuned, because the final clip in today's video is one you won't want to miss.
What the fuck is wrong with you? How do you fucking sleep at night, you Nazi piece of shit? How can you as a black man turn on the people like this? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with every one of you Nazi fucking pieces of shit? Destroying this fucking nation! Shame on you, you fucking Nazi traitor! Shame on you! You're fucking laughing, you fat piece of shit! Fuck you, you fucking Nazi assholes! Fuck you for your betrayal of this fucking country! You traitorous little bitch fucking Nazi! Fuck you, you Nazi piece of shit! Shame on you! Shame on you, you fucking traitorous bitch! Fuck you, Nazis! Fuck you, you fucking traitorous little fucking bitches! Fuck you, Nazis!
From what's shown, this individual appears to be directly confronting the agents by shouting at them as they carry out their duties. The agents, however, remain composed and do not appear to respond, suggesting they're accustomed to handling tense situations professionally. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which moment stood out to you the most. I'll see you in the next one.